Hi, well, I would like to talk to you about the number one issue that you will ever address when selling a company. And that is this. It is essential to ensure that you have a choice of buyers. Nothing is more important than competition. It impacts everything else. We talk about how important it is that you sell the future rather than sell the past of a business. Well, that sounds impressive, but it remains difficult, almost impossible, if you don't have competition. Almost everything that we do at Kingsbrook has to do with establishing competition and subsequently leveraging that choice. Now, having competition impacts three areas in particular. Number one, it impacts the speed of the deal. Most people seriously underestimate the importance of momentum. The faster a deal progresses, the disproportionately more likely it is that that deal will complete. Now, the slower a deal progresses or drags on, the disproportionately more likely it is that that deal will fall over. There is a very strong, very real linear relationship between momentum and success. And this is one of the most important and overlooked reasons for establishing competition. Number two, competition affects the price. Choice has two impacts on price. Firstly, it ensures that the best bids are made by the buyer. And secondly, it helps prevent price chipping. It is very common in our industry for buyers to start at a higher price and then to price chip heavily, sometimes dramatically. In a competitive situation, it is far less likely to happen. If the buyer knows that we can walk away, that we have other options, then it keeps them honest. It keeps the price stable. And finally, it affects the terms of the deal. Choice means that you are involved in dictating the terms of the deal, and that terms are not simply dictated against you. And the right terms are almost as important as the right price. In fact, you cannot rely on the price holding firm unless you have the right terms. Do not underestimate the importance of this. For these reasons, it's our belief at Kingsbrook and at BCMS that nothing but nothing is more important than this particular issue. I wish the climax of our advice, the most important advice that we can give you, was a little bit more intellectually stimulating than you've got to have a choice, folks. But it isn't, for good reason. It's the single most important issue when selling a company, and it's the single most neglected issue in our industry. Lack of choice is the single reason why most deals fail or most sellers end up with a bad deal, and it is likewise the single greatest reason why you get a good deal. Having a choice of buyers has to be number one on the list.